Happy birthday to you.
To me. Hi, I'm Rob.
Hi, I'm Kaitlyn. Today on Culture Makers, we are going to talk about goals. We're also going to talk about Avatar.
That's right.
And then lastly, we're going to talk about Argentina and the wonderful sport of football. Are you ready?
I'm ready to go. Let's do it. All right, let's talk about goals worth setting. What does that mean? How do we pick them? You got some insight for us?
Yeah, so one thing that I think about when I think about goals is this whole idea of like self-improvement. And is there any kind of trap or pitfall that we can fall into there?
Yeah.
Because for me, with the like kind of way that I'm wired, it can really easily turn from, man, I just want to be able to show up as the best version of myself and love people like Jesus and all, and like be healthy and all the things, into like this entire self-improvement project that like becomes all consuming. So when I think about setting goals, I'm trying to think through these specific filters of just like, not just how can Kaitlyn be an absolute baller at everything all the time, but how can Kaitlyn like continually become someone who looks more and more like Jesus?
Yes.
So the kind of filters that I run my goals through are like just different things that I want to focus on personally. So focus number one is focus on intimacy with Jesus. First thing, like when I'm setting goals, is like, boom, how is this connecting me and helping me like stay connected to Jesus?
Yes.
Most important relationship in my life.
100%.
The one that everything else flows out of. So focus number one is intimacy with Jesus. Focus number two is self-awareness. So intimacy with Jesus, self-awareness. That is like the next big bucket category or filter that I run my personal goals through. Because I want to be someone who is continually growing and seeing myself for who I really am. So I can, like, because I want to be someone who is like, I'll look in the mirror before I ever point the finger. So I want to constantly grow in the knowledge of the way that God's wired me, because I think that that's like a really good thing. And then two, the tendencies that I have that kind of pull me away from being who God made me to be. Because those are the things that I want to like build intentional habits around redirecting.
That's so good.
So number one, intimacy with Jesus. Number two, self-awareness. And number three, building healthy relationships.
Come on, somebody.
That is the third thing that I want to run my goals through, because again, if it just becomes all about me, then I'm not actually living the life that God has called me to live.
That's right.
The kind of life that Jesus invites me into is one that is not self-focused and self-absorbed, but self-sacrificial and others-focused. So in the goals that I set, I want to think about the kind of relationships that I'm investing in, that I'm pouring into, that I'm showing up for. So for me, those are the three filters that I run my goals through every year when I go about setting, what we typically refer to as New Year's resolutions. I call them just personal goals. And the three things are intimacy with Jesus, because I want to be connected to him every minute of every day. The second thing is self-awareness, because I want to be constantly growing and becoming the person that God created me to be. And then number three is relationships. Like building healthy relationships, because man, we weren't made to do life alone.
That's so good. I love those tangibles. Another great thing that's helped me too is wherever you land, right? Whatever focus, maybe it's one of those focuses or maybe it's something completely different, filtered through all that. Whatever it is, hold it loosely. Because I've gone through so many years where I'm like, this will be my focus.
That's good.
Right? This is going to be it. But God has a completely different thing for me this year, a completely different curveball. And I find myself fighting and feeling like a failure at the midpoint of the year because I'm not progressing in this thing. But God is like, yo, step into this. Look at this. This is what I want. This is actually going to be the building block for your growth, for that thing, you know?
Good.
So all those things are so good. Hold it loose.
That's
open-handed.
so good.
Open-handed.
It's great, Rob. It makes me think of the way that like I will often like pray about and pick a word of the year. And at the beginning of the year, when I first dive into it, I'm like, this is what this means. This is how it applies to my life.
Word.
Like,
it's so spiritual.
This word is dope. This is so good. And then I'll get to like, I don't know, like somewhere halfway through and I'll be like, this is nothing. Like I thought that it was going to be.
Yep.
Like I'll give an example. My word like for 2022 was hope. And at the beginning of the year, it was like full of excitement and like, man, it's just like there's this posture that I get to have, like just like hopeful, expectant, confident about what God is going to do. And like that makes me be able to be patient, like no matter what's happening around me, because I know there's something awesome coming. Yeah. And like that's what I thought that last year was going to chalk up to, just this like happy, hopeful, expectant posture that I was going to live in. By like February or March, like pretty dang quick, it was like, oh no, I have to learn about hope in the way that it's like something that anchors my soul. Yeah. Because everything around me is going to crap right now. Yeah. And I'm experiencing harder things than I have ever experienced in my whole life. Wow. So hope got like heavy and weighty and like something that I had to hold on to instead of just this like happy, like excited posture that I was living in. And so that's just a way that it changed for me, like
that's so good,
pretty dang quick.
Two things I really love about that is, one, that's why the first thing that you said, right, the intimacy with God is the most important thing, so that you're in tune. You're in tune to those changes and you understand what God is like truly wanting to do in your life and what he's revealing to you. It's so important to have in a season like that. But also that seasons of darkness are not seasons where you're not progressing.
Come on.
Come on.
Like that's so huge. Like we think about this whole goal setting thing as like this positive, like on-ramp thing that like I'm getting better and getting better. And then when something goes wrong, we look at it like this, right? Of like, I'm
backtracked.
Right, I'm backtracked, or my world is going to crap right now. What am I doing wrong? What is God not doing in my life? He said, like, I'm supposed to be hopeful this year. Right. But what if that thing was meant to strengthen hope in you?
Come on.
That darkness was meant to show you what light truly looks like, right? So it actually is, in God's eyes, it is this. Right. But to us, it may feel like that. So where all these seasons are not wasted, you know? So as you're going through this year, just remember that like whatever is going to come in front of you, whether it's great, whether it's what you expect or what you didn't expect, God can use all of it. And as long as you are staying close to him, there's no way but up for you.
That'll preach, Rob. Come on, somebody.
Come on, somebody.
Speaking of things that can go nowhere but up.
Come on.
Avatar. Just kidding.
But so here's the thing. James Cameron, who's the director, right? This is, at first when I heard that there was a second Avatar coming out, I was like, the one movie we never asked for.
Like the sequel.
Sarah behind the camera is so offended right now.
Camera, I think she almost barfed.
I wasn't a big fan of the first one, but as I've seen the progression of this, like they've done a great job on the marketing of like the behind the scenes of like what it has taken to make this movie. And James Cameron is just undefeated. Some of the highest grossing movies ever made were made by him. And he gambles, he takes risks, and he makes it happen. So I'm like, man, it's probably going to be fire. It is fire. It's out right now.
I will probably go watch it.
I'll probably go watch it.
I just recently saw the first one, and it took me 2 sittings.
It's a long
to get through it because it's so dang long.
It's long.
But it was good. It was a little weird, but it was good.
Drop it in the comments. What do you feel? Are you into it? Did you want the movie? I'd like to know. We'd like to know.
Argentina.
Yes, I know it's been a couple weeks now at this point, but what a massive win for the country of Argentina. Have you been watching any of the World Cup at all?
A little bit. I'm going to be completely straight up honest with you guys. I've already said this on this thing, but men's soccer is hard for me.
What do you got against men?
I don't have anything against men.
So women's soccer's okay?
Yeah, it's great.
Wow. Okay. No, I get it. It's a sport the U.S. isn't like super invested in. Right. We don't see a lot of it.
Right.
But either way, it's really fun to see all the world kind of get together.
And here's the thing. I may just need to like branch out a little bit. The U.S. men's team upsets me.
Oh, they're terrible.
Because they're horrible. And very dramatic.
Yeah.
It's just like watching a theatrical performance.
Correct.
Not a like full contact sport.
Correct. That's
and
valid.
That is what upsets me about it. But I'm sure that the final match was incredible.
Right.
High level.
Right. These are two countries that actually care about that sport, that are excellent in it, they're elite in it. And for France, who was favored to win. They were the last World Cup champion to be beaten out by Argentina. Insane.
People losing their minds.
My Argentinian friends were in tears.
Crying. I've observed crying as well.
Many tears. Any of our audience watching from Argentina, congratulations.
Yes,
we love you.
So happy for you.
Yeah.
Okay, Rob, I have an important question. How are you celebrating your birthday?
Oh, wow. Well, let me be honest with you. So I just turned 30 today.
I'm sorry.
It's kind of rocking my world a bit. Everybody says, oh, Rob, your 30s are going to be the best decade of your life. But I'm like, my 20s have been awesome.
So good.
And I'm really sad to be leaving that decade.
We'll miss you.
But there are some fun things coming. So to answer your question, we're probably going to be keeping it chill at home. Cool. My wife is pregnant with our first kid. So there's something to look forward to. So my 30s are going to be awesome. I do believe that, probably just because of her. But
that's a good, hopeful perspective.
Yeah, we're gonna be keeping it chill. We might take a trip just to spend some time away. A little baby moon item.
Cool.
You know what I'm saying?
Very cool. Beach or mountains?
Beach or mountains?
Are you a beach or mountain guy?
I don't know what that is.
Beach.
Oh.
Or mountains. Yeah, just go. He's 30. Cut him some slack.
My mind is going,
He's so old.
Beach or mountains.
That's correct.
I'm definitely a beach guy.
Okay.
All day. I just want to lay out the sun on my face, the sound of the ocean right there. My wife is from Florida, so we get to go back there every so often, and it's glorious.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Well, while you are chilling on the beach, getting ready to meet your child, I'll go snowboard.
Great.
In the mountains.
You're a mountains girl. Or Colorado.
That's my place.
Gosh, I've never been to Colorado. I know.
I can't be on this episode anymore. That brings us back to our challenge of the week.
Yeah.
Because we're talking about goals. Maybe you have a goal to be a better snowboarder, kind of like me.
Right. Or to lay on the beach all day.
Or to lay on the beach all day. But actually, though, we would challenge you guys to kind of think through those areas of focus that we talked about in the beginning.
Yeah.
The intimacy with Jesus, self-awareness, and building healthy relationships. And if you can identify one of those three things that you need to create a habit or a goal around, we would challenge you to do that this week.
Yes. What's going to bring you closer to Jesus? What is going to increase your self-awareness? And what's going to create healthier relationships in your life?
Write it down. Tell someone about it. Go ahead and drop it in the comments below, because we would love to know what you're working on this year. That's all we have for you guys today. But we'll be back and we'll be talking about more things. So we would love to see you next week.
Yes. See you guys next week.
Bye.